you don't really have any daylight in your basement, so I'm not sure what angle will be best.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant the angle of the mic.
No, this is really
Wow.
I mean, I literally only have one different angle I can throw in, just turning the lights off, and I don't think we're at that part yet.
good. No, it's good. You're good. No.
Welcome to the Madness Table, episode 173. We're so glad you can join us for a very special episode of the Madness Table, sponsored by Milkshake Monday at a local senior center near you. You gotta have a little bit of fun, like you could have on our social media pages. Imagine all the frivolity you could enjoy, memes, rambling posts. If you go to my personal page, I'll show you some bathroom reviews. It's a whole thing. Anyway, you can also hop on our Discord. That goes down just as smooth as the Shamrock Shake milkshakes available at a senior center near you. And there's also a word search there. If you would like to search for words, you could do that on our Discord by trying to parse my opaque posts about inane topics. But if that's not quite enough, perhaps you'd recommend us to a friend, the way I'm currently recommending drinking milkshake at lunch to you right now. Or I guess if you're on senior schedule, it was kind of dinner, but like whatever, you get the idea. Anyway, hop on down to our coffee page. That's coffee spelled K-O-F-I. That's K-O-F-I for coffee, or Patreon. Whatever floats your boat, but any money you can throw our way would help keep the lights on, metaphorically speaking. And by that I mean it'll keep the podcast on the internet, which in many ways is like having the lights on. Anyway, go down to your local senior center. Don't announce yourselves. Just say, hey, show up to Milkshake Monday. Ask for the Shamrock sake for my girl Scylla. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you when Will does the podcast. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is his turn.
Thank you. This is phenomenal. I have no follow-up on that other than enjoy your milkshake while the horrors persist in this world and not the real world, though there is a lot of those. So let's escape. Last time you guys finally were able to gather yourselves from the dream world that you had all been trapped within and eventually make your way to Sekrak's tower. Within it, you were eventually able to kind of deduce out that Grumbles was involved in your dream states. And so once you had rested for a short while, you decided there's no way this dude is getting away with it for long. You set out to the building or the construction site of your future home within the kingdom. You arrived only to find that his shed home was empty, but tracks went down to the riverbank. And with a little bit of an investigation from Scylla, you deduced that he must have gotten on some kind of boat and headed upriver, upstream towards the castle. You made your way to the castle. You got yourselves in through the gracious connections of Jimmy. Fuck yeah. And you proceeded to move all the way down through the depths of the castle due to some earlier locate objects, and found yourselves in the bottom of a tower through a very ancient door and tunnel that led to a hidden cavern of sorts, in which, as you spread out into the darkness, I believe it was Scylla who could barely see out there because she was kind of leading the charge or the team, was a couple of old columns of sorts, and just barely within reach, she could make out a figure, only to see Beatrice saying, "It's about time you got here." Does anybody say anything as you hear her voice echo out through this cavern? No? Nothing
you're
to
muted,
be said?
Andrew.
Oh, bitch. Jimmy steps forward after collecting himself and says, "Oh man, who's that scary lady?"
Scylla being in the front, will say, I think, Beatrice, what are you doing down here? She's like looking around suspiciously and obviously very worried, but hoping, I think, that Beatrice maybe isn't completely lost.
She how do I want to say this? Let me actually get you guys to the new map first. Give me a moment to think here.
That new map smell.
A new map smell.
It smells like impending death.
You see her from between these pillars a little ways away, and you call out asking what she's doing here, and she goes, I am here to right the wrongs that you have brought onto this city, onto my love, and onto my family. And you were the missing pieces. Don't you fucking move, Vlad. Don't you put him back.
I was going to bring this up before we started. I had said at the end of last, Jimmy and Vlad did a perimeter on either side of the room. We had established this.
I thought it was Weth, not Vlad. I couldn't remember that part.
No, I said
nobody's free fucking moving now. Don't you do it. But she says essentially like, you were the missing pieces, and now you're here. Everybody make a perception check. I gotta take off one headphone so I don't sound like I'm yelling. What we get?
13 for Sephel and 10 for Vlad.
Okay.
I have 8 for Jimmy and 18 for Weth.
Okay. Sam?
12 Scylla, 10 Lara.
Okay. Weth is the only one to hear what sounds like a wet, gurgling cry. Like... almost like someone's trying to yell of sorts, but they're choking on something fluid-like at the same time. And it sounds like it's coming from the distance beyond Beatrice.
I think
Beatrice.
Weth will relay that to the party.
Okay. You have been causing a lot of chaos around this city. And whatever it is that you think we have done, I can assure you, we've only done what is best for the city of Ember.
I don't even care to convince you otherwise. And she picks up her staff. And we've already rolled for initiative, so we're going to get into it because Beatrice doesn't care to mix words right now. She's doing what she's doing. I'm not going to monologue when a woman is mad about her love right now. Just in this instance, I'm not trying to stereotype. For first up is actually Weth. What does Weth do as she is standing near this cavern entrance?
Yeah, I feel like Weth senses the danger in the air and this woman isn't playing around. So she is going to rush Beatrice.
Double move, single move.
She's a single move, 40 feet, and then she is going to bonus action rage. And in that rage, she is going to frenzy. And as a part of that action, she can use her instinctive pounce. I can move half her speed again as part of that bonus action.
Very nice,
I
very
am
nice.
raging, I am frenzied, and I am right up on her.
Hell
Sweet.
And Weth is single-hand wielding a great sword in her right hand and has a hatchet in her left.
Very nice.
She will attack recklessly.
Okay.
I'm glad that I did. That is a good. All right, so that is a 25 to hit.
That one hits.
All right. And that is 6 plus 4, 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Right.
Add a d10 to that. Sephel will use his reaction to use violent attraction.
Whoa.
Oh.
Add 6.
Okay.
So on the downswing of that strike, the sword gets just a little bit heavier and cleaves just that little bit harder.
Excellent. And then she's going to come again.
Cleave in, you rip it out. She's got a sucking wound in her side now. What you got?
I love barbarians. Natural 20. Natural 20.
Oh,
no.
All right, let's see it.
Let me see. Does she have... I don't think she's not high enough level yet to do extra damage.
So she doesn't have brutal critical.
Not yet. But that is going to be 12 plus 11 plus 4. That is the best roll of the night, folks. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That is 27
Let's
points
go.
of slashing damage.
Well,
Let's
is
go.
that using our crit rules?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 5 and a 6. Added to 12.
Hell yeah.
4. Take that,
Nice.
basic math.
Yum.
What up?
Yeah, you Weth cleaves in twice, doing a massive couple of blows to Beatrice. One across her gut, and then another into her leg, and she has these very large weeping wounds. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's Beatrice's turn next, to
Uh-oh.
which she is like... as a bonus action, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, Weth.
Ooh, not my best move. I must ask, is this against the frightened condition?
No.
Okay. Dang. Then it's a 7.
Okay, yeah, you fail and become paralyzed.
Ruh-roh.
As she reaches
Whoopsie.
out and almost waves her hand almost in a slapping motion, but Weth just finds herself completely locked up. To which Beatrice looks at frozen Weth and goes, I didn't have anything against you, but you are with them, and therefore you must go. And then she is going to use her staff to slap Weth 3 times, hopefully.
Uh-oh. They are all with advantage.
Oh, thank
Both
you
because of the
for that.
paralyzing and the...
Yeah.
recklessness.
That's a 26 to hit.
Bingo!
All right. So she takes 12 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, that's
These
all
are
right.
all crits.
Because they're paralyzed.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think...
Okay, so I need to add some damage to that, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay. So add another 12 then.
Just asking you for a friend, can I take a reaction while I'm paralyzed?
Pretty sure you can't.
What's the spell you're under? Sorry.
You're incapacitated, which means no actions or reactions.
All right, never mind. I'm just going to sit down and take my medicine then.
All right. Well, there's more than just the regular staff bludgeoning damage.
Oh. Great.
Yeah. You're going to take quite a bit of D6 necrotic damage. You take... And I'm adding to that, right?
If it's a melee attack, it's a
Yeah,
crit.
It's part of the damage of her melee attack, yeah.
I think so. I believe
Yeah.
you
I think
can.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only rules lawyering I would be able to do is if it's specified in the incapacitated that only melee damage is a critical, but if this is part of the attack, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's nice because it's 69 points worth of necrotic damage.
Is that the total, or is that just the necrotic?
That's just the necrotic.
Okay, cool.
That's
Cool.
terrible.
Cool.
I got 2 more
Uh-oh.
swings.
I'm in danger.
Yes. Do I still got to roll even though this is like automatic, right? If like I hit,
Yes.
it counts as a crit, right?
It's an
Right, so
auto
you have
hit if you
advantage,
crit,
like-
but
Yeah.
Okay.
like mathematically,
is-
very difficult to miss.
Yeah, that's a 24 to hit.
Yup.
So you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
I want the roids
Okay.
that she's on.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
And then a 63 more points of necrotic damage.
Hey, this is gonna blow your mind, dude. She is unconscious.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, nobody thought any different.
The double crit on
Yeah.
that, pretty
Yeah.
fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing this
okay.
says, which should have been painfully obvious this whole campaign, we've been underestimating the brutal power of a hold person plus any melee fighter.
Yeah.
Somewhere
Yeah.
Indigo's floating right now, like, dang.
Yup.
Oh, fuck. All right. So Weth can't move, but Beatrice can see she's just gone, and so she steps a little bit into the darkness, and you see a bolt fly out towards you, Sephel. That is a 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You take how did I roll him? Okay, you take 33 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then she continues to fade back a little bit into the darkness where you cannot see her. And that is her turn. However, something odd happens. From behind Lara and Scylla, you hear this of scratching stone as the cavern behind you seals itself in, and you are cut off. Vlad's turn.
Okay. So Vlad, who's up at this wall? He has blind sight 10 feet. Okay, so Vlad has dark vision. I don't know if we have dynamic or whatever. However you want to handle this. Vlad has dark vision out to 120 feet.
Okay. Let me see. I mean, we'd have to pause and do so much shit here.
I'm not worried about it that heavily. But he is gonna fly in the direction. He's kind of flying southeast here. 60 feet.
Yeah. As soon as you move your token, I will reveal
Yeah.
more. So there we go.
Yeah. Okay. So he is, what is that, 20 feet from her?
Okay.
15.
Wow. God, 120 feet. You see
Yeah.
so damn much. All right. I'm just going to reveal the rest of the map. This is what Vlad can see.
Okay.
And it's not good.
Ooh.
He sees far behind Beatrice on this small, crumbling stone, ancient cobbled together floor is a small aisle consisting of a large backed altar / fresco, not fresco, but relief that has been erected of some kind of crumbling god, goddess, you're not entirely sure, Before it on the ground sits this ancient cracked stone table with a darker hue to it. Beneath that, glowing along the floor in these shades of gray, are these various intricate glowing lines and letters written of various different languages. He sees a small figure chanting over this table, on which a flayed body chokes and seems to be fading. He sees another small figure kind of resting against a small pillar to the northern half of this small kind of aisle, and then sees a larger figure to the southwestern side of it, similarly posed against a pillar. He sees that for everybody else that is approaching this, there is crumbling old pieces of stone that kind of make the shallow pathway to it that is about 30 feet-ish across. And that is what he sees, other than Beatrice before him.
Are any of the figures on the aisle recognizable from this distance, or is it too hard to identify them?
I'm going to say right now, because of the shades of gray and whatnot, and the smaller figure that is like standing over the table is pretty well cloaked. It's not hugely discernible.
Fair enough.
I'm going to leave it at that. If you get within like 60 feet, I'll tell you.
Sure. Nope, that's fair. Okay. But he sees Beatrice, and that's the big one.
Sees Beatrice. Yep.
So let's do she is 15 feet away. She's probably going to be fine on this. Is it half damage? Creature takes half. Okay. All right. He's going to use his plasma breath.
Okay. Dexterity
so that
saving throw?
is a dexterity saving throw, yes.
Do I have a reaction to help me get out of this? No, it would seem not. Do I have anything to protect against things? Wait! No. Okay. That is a 16 total.
Fucker. All right, that beats it by 1. She is still going to take half damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll this on roll 20 here. Okay, so she's going to take 12 points of radiant damage.
All right. Nice.
And then, can he do anything as a bonus action? I don't think he can. Partial blink, is that... once per turn. It doesn't say what that is. So I'm looking... Will, maybe you have a little insight on this. His partial blink ability does not... It's not under the actions tab, it's under the traits section, and it doesn't define what it takes to use it.
It's a special action. He only gets it 3 times per day. And he,
says
for
once
one
per
round... Oh, once per day, thank you. I thought it was 3, but it's once. So you will disappear for like a round into the ethereal realm, and then you will vamp back.
Is this something else? So his partial blink ability is basically just he teleports 60 feet. Or at least according to...
Oh my god, I've written so many of these. I would just go off of what the card is. It's just a special action, so you can just do it.
Okay, alright. I'm not going to do it right now. I just wanted to know what the economy was. He's good. That's his turn? That's all I'm going to do. Yep.
Alright. Lara, you are up.
Okay. Lara, I'd like to bonus action have Lara do her Radiant Soul. She transforms with her wings, and she has a flying speed of 30 feet.
All right.
She's going to dash and get up behind this pillar. So action movement is going to be the dash, and I just want to keep the pillar between her and Beatrice.
Okay, so you go to the still standing pillar to the north on our map here, leaving you within 20-25 feet of Beatrice with
correct
space between you. Okay.
That's it.
Just trying to paint the picture for the audience. Okay, all right. Next up is the cloaked figure. Who turns from the table, and his chanting ceases for a moment. And to Vlad, he can see like these darker lights from beneath his hood, but you all can hear echoing out across the space. It's just, my lady, is there something you need help with? To which Beatrice goes, yes. Points to Vlad. Kill this one. And he is going to... this could be interesting. He slaps his hands together above his head and begins chanting, and he like clasps them and then kind of like rocks them in this circle before throwing back his hood, ripping off of his like metal skull cap, and there's just like this brightness from him, and he goes, reveal! And this giant like magical sphere that looks like an eye of otherworldly presence just bursts into illumination a little bit behind Vlad. Let's see if I can find a good token for it. I'll just do a fire elemental, and I'll make it a little bit smaller. But it's 10 feet behind Vlad to the northwest. And and both Lara and Vlad, seeing this giant, almost Sauronian-like eye appear in front of them, both need to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Uh-oh. Wisdom save. Oh. 14.
I can't hear you, Brendan. That is a fail for Lara.
Dirty 20 for Vlad.
That is a success for Vlad. Okay. Lara, you feel yourself like your mind just reel as this horrible wave of anguish just travels through your head. And I need the advanced roller again.
But why, Will? Why?
Because she's about to take 10d8 psychic damage from the overwhelming revelation of the divine wizard that is Grumbles.
Wow.
You take 43 points of psychic damage, and you are stunned until the end of the diviner's next turn. Brendan, you take 21 points of psychic damage.
Jesus
Vlad.
Christ.
And you are not stunned.
Okay.
And we just see like Grumbles in the back. He's like, it feels good. Yes, Sam?
Lara, this hit comes for her, and I think she's like poking around this pillar. The eye appears, and I think she starts to feel that pain, and suddenly her body entombs in ice as she used the Tomb of Levistus Eldritch Invocation, which absorbs 43 points of damage.
What?
Nice.
The
That's a
fuck?
reaction?
Whoa.
That is a reaction.
That's fucking great.
That's
What does
I've
that
never
do?
seen anyone actually use that before, Sam.
I know, me too.
That's sick.
It the only time I've ever heard anyone use it is in Dimension 20 when Matt Mercer used it on the ship. I can't remember now.
Nice.
But
Escape
so
from the Blood Keep.
Lara is now entombed in ice for until her next turn.
Okay.
With 130 temporary hit points.
What the fuck?
Good save. Good.
What is this?
This is KN.
Brendan is panicking. This is the power of Kayan!
That's right.
As you entomb yourself in ice, nobody else can see you except for those in the back half of the room. This eye, like having now delivered this divine revelation, fades and just burns up out of existence. Next up in the order is Jimmy. What's Jimmy gonna do?
So it's pretty sick, honestly. Jimmy is going to sprint 30 feet directly forward.
Fuck
so he
yeah.
is directly behind. Oh, wrong button. So he's directly behind a column between him and Beatrice. On the
Nice.
way, he will use a bonus action to cast a first level healing word on Weth.
Good. Good job, Jimmy.
You should probably get up. This is getting kind of serious.
Your Jimmy impression is spot on.
My
You know,
man.
My man. That is 8 points of healing for Madame Weth, who,
Nice.
for the audience at home, does have 1 level of exhaustion because she has exited her frenzy rage.
Damn.
And is still paralyzed.
And is still paralyzed. And, you know, Jimmy will... Actually, wait, that was just a bonus action. Yeah, I'll action run farther to hide better. I'm gonna dash to hide better behind this pillar. Just like Jimmy,
Okay.
is spread wide. He's like, my time to shine. He bangs his frying pan. And makes kind of pleasing, kind of annoying note, and Wef and then he just beats feet and slides behind a pillar and goes up
Nice.
on with the frying pan up like he's an FBI agent. Oh yeah, still got it.
Nice. I like how Weth heals like a reverse mummy moment where she's becoming
Yes.
rehydrated.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Next up is Scylla.
Okay. Scylla is going to.
Yes. Dimension door, plunging attack on top of Beatrice.
I can't,
Good.
Will.
That's a
You
good
know
idea,
I don't
though.
have my cloak. Lara's
damn.
Scylla's gonna follow Lara's suit, and she's going to dash for the pillar as well. And bonus action, Rage.
Rage.
So I
Love
imagine
it.
that Scylla sprints up next to this pillar, and she's standing next to Lara, and she's like, I do not think that Beatrice is open to conversation. And then she turns to look at Lara, and she's like, Lara? And pokes her, but she's just frozen solid.
Tink, 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 tink.
I like how Scylla, even now in a rage, is still just this is odd. You
The
okay?
The rage just lives in her, you know?
Yeah. The eyes are pure black. The shark teeth are more evident, but she's just like, "Are you okay?"
I'm confused, but angrier.
This is extremely frustrating. I hate overtime. I'm gonna kill this bitch.
That's it.
All right. Nice. All right, Sephel. Last but not least, what you doing?
It's probably least in this case. So we're
I
going.
hide and look for an escape.
Yeah, pretty much. No, he's going to. Getting behind the pillars is actually a very good idea, but
Wow,
I
always
need
the
to
tone
make
of
sure.
surprise.
We're really taking up all the space on these pillars, Sephel. You're gonna need to find your own.
Hey, that's
literally two pillars.
There's so
There's
many
room
pillars,
over
guys.
here.
Come on.
I'm Christopher Walken now.
He hides behind the
Walken,
pillar.
man.
Jimmy pushes him out like, no, get your fucking own pillar.
Yeah.
Get your own pillar, dude.
This is mine. Fuck it. No, he's going to get behind the southern pillar, still ducking out so he can see out to Beatrice. And he's going to say, Beatrice, this is foolish. Regardless of your anger, are you willing to leave behind your child? And he's going to cast Toll the Dead on her.
Okay.
So that is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Damn, that's a 14. That's not good.
That's a fail.
Yeah.
And Will, would you say she's lost some hit points during this
She
fight?
has. She has
Okay.
lost some hit points.
So this is going to be 3d12 as opposed to 3d8.
Woo! Nice.
Fucking nice. Okay.
Nice.
That is
Nice!
29 points of necrotic damage.
Hey. Not bad for a
Very
cantrip.
nice. Very nice.
And that is all that happens, and then I'm going to use my remaining movement to duck behind the pillar. Hopefully in cover.
Okay. Remind me, just because I forgot what exactly you had said as I was writing down all the damages to her. What was it? You were like, this is foolish. You could be leaving behind your child.
I said, this is foolish. Regardless of your anger, are you willing to risk leaving behind your child?
She yells out back to you as you hide behind this pillar. She goes, I have plans within plans. What's foolish is you think you will overcome me. I will have your bones piled before my love once again. And that is the end of your turn, right?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. It's Weth's turn. She can make a repeat wisdom saving throw to try and get... Oh, wait, she's unconscious, isn't she?
She was. Now she's
She
not.
was.
No
Now she's
more. Yep, we good.
Okay.
Clean slate, baby. Tabula rasa.
Would the paralysis still be in effect even though you fell unconscious?
I don't know. Ask Jeremy Crawford.
I don't think hold person.
It's not hold person. It's a different... It's like a special ability.
I mean, it depends if the ability...
Is she concentrating
if
on it?
she's concentrating on it, it's still there.
Yeah.
Unless she would have chosen to drop it when Weth fell unconscious if she thought Weth was no longer a threat, but that's entirely up to you.
This says it doesn't require any kind of concentration. It's not a spell. It's just a special ability. I'm going to say it's not there. So Weth is conscious and level of exhaustion can move.
Okay. Weth is going to use half her movement to stand up in that case. She's going to look over at Lara, see she's frozen solid. Look over at Scylla and give just like an eyebrow, like one of her crusty old eyebrows, like, and like she's going to chin nod over at Grumbles. Weth is going to look over, see like Icicle, Lara, and Scylla, like, poised on the back of the pillar, and she's gonna like give the like chin jut in the general direction of Grumbles and raise an eyebrow, asking, do you want me to break off and try to take down him, or do you want me to keep hacking away at the psycho?
Scylla's going to look at Beatrice. How far away is Rumbles? Like, Weth would have to travel quite a bit of ways. Like, this is like...
Yeah, it's a long way. I was thinking,
Yeah.
it's about 100 plus feet, but Weth does, on a normal turn, she has extra movement and can dash and move on a bonus action, like, once a thing, so...
Yeah, Scylla's going to give Weth the signal of, like, she points to herself and then Beatrice, and then she... looks to Weth and points to Weth to head down to Grumbles.
Weth slowly nods, and she's gonna beat feet, so she can move an additional 20 feet with her base movement. Then she is gonna go ahead and dash to move 40 feet. Dang, come on, go faster.
Go faster.
40 feet.
Go faster.
And then she is going to Frenzy Rage again and move an additional 20 feet.
Damn.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, that is Weth's turn.
That's Weth's turn.
All right, we're back to Beatrice. Beatrice doesn't say anything, but this cruel smile comes over her face. But she turns to look at Vlad. And she goes, "You're just another pawn, another victim in their carefree game of slaughter and wanton destruction. But I will try to help make you forget all of this." As she points out a finger at him. Oh, I've got two horrible things to do here. It's just deciding which one. Both are kind of bad. Well, I can do the same thing. She's too intelligent to not plan this out. So I would like Vlad to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. Charisma saving throw. That is one of his better saves. Don't fail me now. That is a natural 20 for a 26.
Thank God you got that. You manage to succeed as you feel this like seeping coming through your mind. However, Vlad is able to shake it off, and to which she kind of like twists her head and squints her eyes, and she goes, "I'm surprised, child, but also not, because they are truly wicked." And then she is going to move 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to the south west a little bit. Actually, hang on. I gotta double check my range on my next ability. Oh, never mind. She continues to move back towards the island instead. So I'm gonna go back to where she was. She's going to move 30 feet, or no, 25 feet. So she's 10 feet behind Weth. And she then turns around because she can just see Scylla from around the corner. And oh God, Sam.
Well, it's International Women's Month. Just want you to remember
that. Oh no. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And in the spirit of equality, oh Jesus. I'm sorry. Don't pay attention to me, guys. It's a game.
I'm just fucking with you.
You're gonna take 17 points of psychic damage. And then I need you to make perhaps the most fucking important intelligence saving throw of Scylla's goddamn life.
Ooh.
Okay. Alright.
She's like real good at that, right?
Yeah.
Real good.
It's like her best save, I think.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not negative? I got
Could be negative.
a +1.
You see, however, very quickly as Grumble watches Beatrice turn and lock eyes with Scylla, he claps his hands and his eyes roll back too swiftly into his head as he uses Portent. Which means I get to choose whether or not you keep your roll or roll again.
I got an
So
8.
go ahead and roll.
I got an 8 + 1 for a 9. Now,
But
I would like to use Indomitable,
Okay.
but
Go
if I
ahead.
use Indomitable and you choose that I don't use that roll, would I just roll a third time?
You would roll a third time, yeah.
Okay.
It's still a chance.
Yeah, no. This is only a 4.
Ugh.
He lets that go. His eyes slowly roll forward.
He's
and
like,
just
it's fine.
This creepy smile. He goes, "The gods are kind."
Wasn't even
As-
worth the spell slot.
Should have known the fish lady.
He's like, "That stupid bitch." No, I'm just kidding. She has cast Feeble Mind on Scylla. So on a failed save, your intelligence and charisma score becomes 1.
Oh, that
You can't
sucks.
cast spells, you can't activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. The creature can, however, identify its friends, follow them, and even protect them. I don't think that necessarily means like going after and attacking someone per se, or like using all your extra features, because again, intelligence 1. At the end of 30 days, you can repeat the saving throw against the spell. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Otherwise, the spell can only be ended by Greater Restoration, Heal, or Wish.
Now, I would say that if Scylla has already identified the aggressors in the room, she hasn't forgotten that they're the aggressors. Like, it's not like she's forgotten. She's not.
No,
like,
she hasn't forgotten that like, she's probably like, that person bad.
Right.
But like, you're not going to be like, I'm using all this shit and clobbering them. You're going to run up and you're going to be like, meh. If you do that.
I would argue that she would spend everything all at once because she has no concept of saving.
I'm looking up other thoughts on this because
it's also the difference between strategizing and instinct. If it's her instinct to be a bloodthirsty killing machine, that does not require intelligence. It's the same as a bear protecting its territory. Like, it doesn't need to think about the fact that it can claw the shit out of you, it just does it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're talking about high strategy, like planning out who's going to move where and she's going to do what based on that, that's one thing. But she basically just becomes a mindless clobberhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say you can attack with your regular stuff, but like activating all of your spells and like extra features, so like your storm giants and all that other stuff, no go. It's just flat whatever. But that's it.
Feral. Pure feral.
All right. She did her bonus action, she did her action, she did her movement. That is the end of Beatrice's turn. Ooh. Okay, I need a pause so I can look up something because I haven't actually used this spell before.
Oh, good. I got the timestamp.
Thank you. Okay. All of a sudden, like, materializing right before Scylla is another Beatrice. And she, like, cackles and sneers at you. And Scylla, in your state, you're just like, bad, gotta kill. And that is the end of that turn. Vlad is up, followed by Lara.
All right, first thing I'm going to do is roll to see if he gets his plasma breath back. He does not.
Thank goodness.
So he is going to... How far away is she? 45 feet. He's not dumb. I don't think he's just going to get up in there. He is going to dash. Actually, kind of doesn't need to. Okay, so he's going to fly his 60 feet. He's flying almost straight east, a little bit southeast to get closer to the island. He wants to... So he's within the far southern end of the island is 60 feet away from him now, so he should be able to get a good view on everything. So he just kind of wants to scope out what is there, other than Grumbles.
Right. Let me just rewriting in the initiative. All right. As Vlad gets closer and can fully, really begin to take in this island in the darkness, and the glowing lights are starting on the floor of this ruin are kind of illuminating the space some more. Can I actually have him roll either a perception or an investigation check for me?
Okay. He doesn't have an investigation bonus, so I'm gonna do perception.
Fair.
That's a 16.
Okay. The first figure he identifies, other than Grumbles, is the one on the northern side of this little ruined isle behind a pillar, tied up, and that is Queen Griselda. She is unconscious. She's got a little bit of blood running down her face that he can kind of make out. Like there's this mattedness going on with her hair. The tied up figure on the southern side of the aisle is Indigo, also unconscious, doesn't look great.
Oh, hey!
The flayed figure on the table, I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw out of Vlad as he realizes who it is.
22.
It's enough for Vlad to keep his wits about him, but the flayed, smaller figure, he realizes is, in horror, King Boletaire, and he is dead. And he can see his blood seeping onto the floor, and the energy is like continuing to thrum and pulse, and you can see beside Grumbles are like all of these horrible instruments and the former belongings of Boletaire, and the broken statue is even beginning to glow just a little bit, but it's so disfigured and ancient and crumbling that it's hard to identify who this statue was of. And that's what you see.
Okay. Logistics question.
Mm-hmm.
And no is an acceptable answer. Would Vlad be able, if he was able to get to a person, would he be able to take them with his partial blink, or would he not be able to travel with anything? Okay.
No, just him.
Okay. Fair enough. Fuck. Okay. Alright. He's going to call back all of that information to everybody else. And then he's going to fly northeast to the northeast corner of the map with his action to dash. And sort of strafe around the island.
Okay. Trying to keep some distance. Good thinking. Good thinking.
That is
All right.
Vlad's turn.
All right. Tomb encrusted Lara, what do you do?
She melts or thaws, and her turn ends with her no longer entombed in ice.
Oh shit! It takes a whole turn to emerge. Okay.
Nice.
All right. I mean, that seems like a fair cooldown considering you get saved and have 150 temp hit points. All right. Nice.
Well, the 10 hit points are gone now as well. They were literally.
No. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right. It is
really good for damage absorption, though.
Yeah, it is. It is Grumble's turn, who barely notices Vlad, honestly, flying in the distance, but does see Weth coming. And he is going to... He's like, "Get back! The ritual is not done, but we can use your blood." And he thrusts out his hands and is going to do 3 arcane bursts. First one. That is an 18 to hit.
Dang.
You are. Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
muted.
No, just dismayed, brother.
Just dismayed.
Sorry. Was that a hit?
Yeah, that's a hit, guys. AC 18.
Okay.
Meets it.
You are going to take 16 points of radiant damage. Are you fully out?
Oh yeah, splish splash.
Okay.
She's taking a bath.
Splish splash, taking a bath. Sadly, these arcane bursts have a range of 120 feet, so he's going to point the last two at Vlad. First one, another 11. Oh, wrong page. So that is a 18 to hit. You are muted.
Well, it's okay. I said the first time that it hits, but he's actually going to use his reaction to cast shield.
Let's go.
Okay, so what's his AC now?
His AC now is 22.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to be... Nope, 20 for the last one, so boom, boom, both
Hell
of
yeah.
those bursts do not make a connection with Vlad. That is the end of Grumble's turn. Now, however, comes the second Beatrice, who stands before Scylla. This ain't gonna be good for anybody. Let me just double check one thing. Okay, so it doesn't have those. Great, that's perfect. It's perfect. She is going to... She is going to cast Fireball at Sephel and Jimmy.
That's dope.
Yep.
Love that for us.
She's
What?
going to move 25 feet to
Could she
get
not, though?
farther towards the main entrance that you guys had come through that's now sealed off. Point it down towards Sephel and Jimmy. So go ahead and make
Can
a
Lara
dexterity
see her?
saving throw. Yes, as she appears out of there, yes. What are you going to do to me, Sam? What are you doing to me, Sam? Sam? Don't do it, Sam.
I just need a second to think. I need a second to think about the importance of the action economy.
An
What it
Esta
means
economy?
to who we are
Do
as
I let
people.
Brendan's
individuals.
character finally die after 3 years and all of us getting new characters? Do I just let it happen?
Nah, counterspell.
Fuck. Alright, read me counterspell. Just...
You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. Because I'm a warlock, I'm casting at 5th level. If it is 5th level or lower, it is automatically dispelled. If it is
Okay.
not, if it's
This
higher
was
than
at-
5th level, I have to roll.
Okay, it's a 3rd level fireball, so... Gone. Nothing
Yes!
happens there.
Oh, fuck yes.
Woo!
However, she is going to use her bonus action. And she is going to... Ooh. Do I have the range? I need Sephel, Scylla, and Lara to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this an ability or a leveled spell?
An ability.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Gotta ask.
Dang.
Yep, of course. You're
Wisdom
right.
save, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that blows hard. Natty 1 for a 6.
You are paralyzed.
Fuck.
Scylla
That's
got
not great.
Lara?
Scylla got an 18. Lara got a
Paralyzed.
19.
Paralyzed.
What the fuck
All
is this DC?
3 are paralyzed. It's DC 20.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh.
Oh, beans. And Next up in the order is Jimmy.
Hey, don't make
Bring
it
it home,
forget
Jimmy.
this. I got this. Alright, so. You guys still all up? Just like hurting? You guys all
I literally
still
haven't
conscious
taken
over
any
there?
damage.
Alright, cool.
I'm at 82 of 123.
Cool.
Lara and Scylla are
Jimmy's...
fine.
Okay, yep. Yep, we're gonna have to do it this way. Jimmy's gonna look back at Scylla. Oh, no. She's totally messed up. He's gonna look back at Lara and give her a jaunty thumbs up, granting her a 1d8 bardic inspiration.
That'll be really.
It's
really
just a
helpful.
thumbs up.
Hey, you guys did. Who that?
I picture the non-bloody version of Rambo just doing that.
Yeah.
You got this.
And then Jimmy's gonna run 30 feet south, and on his way there, he is gonna drop a second level spell
Okay.
known as Nathir's Mischief, creating a 20-foot cube of Fey and Draconic magic around Beatrice Prime. And now I must roll a d4 to see what that does.
What that mischief is.
Hell yeah. Bouquets of flowers appear all around Beatrice, and each creature within the cube, just Beatrice, must make a dexterity saving throw or be blinded.
Nice.
They're too beautiful.
Oh God, I haven't seen such beauty. What save was it again, Con?
It is a dex saving throw.
Oh, even better. That's an 18.
Dang. Alright, whatever. He is going to keep concentrating on it, though, and it is, in fact, still there for all the good it will do us.
Okay. Wow, I love Jimmy so goddamn much. I need some fan art and a t-shirt.
It's gonna be a shit when he dies.
The t-shirt is just a wife beater.
No!
Not on International Women's Month.
No! Alright, it is Scylla's turn. Scylla gets a new wisdom saving throw to get out of the paralysis. And this will count as
I
the end of your
fail.
turn. Still paralyzed. Sephel, wisdom saving throw.
You said DC 20.
Yeah. And hey, I still have portent.
Uh-huh.
But, like, you don't gotta use it, though.
Does he have to have visual on who he's using
That's
that
a
against?
good point. You are correct.
Okay. It's not like I have a good chance at this anyway, but I'll take whatever I can get. That's another fucking natural one.
I thought you were going to say natural 20
Oof,
because you
me too.
feel like you had done that. So,
No, that was two
yeah.
natural ones in a row on the same save.
Dang,
This is
bro.
bullshit.
Lining up the kill shots. We are back at the top of the order then with Weth, who is unconscious and dying.
Actively drowning, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Shit.
give him fucking ideas, Andrew.
Hey, rules alert, it's the rules, okay? I can't not say it.
It's, so,
Rules
okay,
for thee, not
she's
for me.
face down in the water. She can't breathe. Therefore, she takes a point of damage and fails automatically on one save, right?
I don't know. Let's see what Jeremy Crawford had to say about that.
I don't think being unconscious means you can't breathe.
Yeah, I mean, I might be...
I'm pretty
But
sure, like,
you're
when
in
unconscious, you
face
have,
in
like,
water.
Your body tries to save you, even if you're unconscious.
Yeah, I might be face up. We don't know.
No,
All right,
actually,
I'll have you roll.
I do think technically if you're unconscious in water, because there's rules for holding your breath, and once you stop holding your breath, you fall unconscious. And you can't do anything when you're unconscious.
But I'm already unconscious.
I'm just
Right.
gonna have him roll. I'll have him roll first.
He's like, just stop. Fair. All right. Hey, that's a 14. Maybe...
Portent. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly,
There will be no survivors.
respect.
All right, it is Beatrice Prime as Jimmy so stated. Man, oh man. I need to roll a d6 real quick. Didn't get it. Mm-hmm. She is... I don't have restrictions within the flowers, right, for movement?
Nah, they're just beautiful.
Okay. She's like, thank you, child. And she is going to walk out of the field of flowers to get better line of sight on... Yeah, I'm still going to do it on Scylla. She's going to launch 3 rays at you. You are paralyzed, so if I hit, it's a crit.
I think that's only melee.
It is only melee.
It has to be
Oh,
within
okay,
5 feet.
thank you.
Melee attacks are crits.
Thank you.
You could get closer, You could get closer.
I don't have the movement to get closer.
Oh,
That'd be fun if I
that's a
did,
shame.
but I don't. 24 to hit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You take... Let's get my advanced roller out. You take 28 points of necrotic damage.
Ugh.
Second one, that is a 30 to hit. You take another 29 points of necrotic damage. Third and final ray, that is another 30, almost out of 20 on there. And for the final one, you take 27 points of necrotic damage. And she had moved... How many feet here? She had stepped to the west 25 feet. She's actually then going to take a step to the southeast 5 feet. And that is going to be Beatrice Prime's turn. Next up is... What's my line of sight here towards Vlad? Yes. Can't see Sephel, Jimmy, or Lara. So Scylla and Vlad, I need you to make wisdom saving throws, please. As all of a sudden Beatrice like scrunches in on herself, and she seemed to have like grabbed something from around her neck as she did it. And then she just lets out this scream that seems to echo out. So go ahead and make those wisdom saving throws.
19.
Fail. Vlad?
17.
Fail.
What are we even doing here?
What is a fucking board?
Couldn't tell you. Haven't rolled high enough to know.
Yeah.
You take 6d10 psychic damage as a wave of anguish goes over the two of you, and you take 25 points worth of psychic damage.
Jesus.
And then it is Vlad's turn.
Okay. He is going to... I'm really hoping I could do some shit with Sephel last turn, but... Fucking paralysis. So the only combatant visible on the isle is Grumbles. All right, everybody else is a captive or corpse.
Yes.
Okay. Does he have his hat on?
No.
It's full off.
Yeah, he whipped that off when he did his divine revelation for everybody.
Interesting.
Or his overwhelming revelation, sorry.
Okay.
He seems to just be, like, full gone in it.
Okay. Well, that's a 6 to get his plasma breath back.
Sorry, Boletaire. I gotta scorch the two of you.
So he's going to... Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's going to do... So he's only going to move 30 feet.
Okay.
Because he
South.
Because yes, 30 feet south, because he only needs a 30-foot line for his breath.
Mm-hmm.
And then go ahead and make a dexterity save for Grumbles.
Okay, it does reach Boletair's corpse, sadly. All right.
Well,
Oh,
where
no,
where
that
is
was
his
the wrong
corpse?
guy.
Which
Right there on the table. Do you see his icon?
yeah, so it's a line. I can shoot and not hit him. Like I can just shoot.
Okay. All right. Fine. Take away the fun.
Yeah. How about I not just fucking destroy everything?
Grumble's got an 8.
Okay. So he's
It's
gonna
not
take
good.
so he's gonna take the full complement of 5d8 radiant damage. So he takes 25 points of radiant. And is he carrying any metal objects, weapon or armor?
Question. His armor is mage armor. No, he is not, because he took off his metal skull cap.
Okay, so no metal on him, so he does not take any additional d4s of damage. And then Vlad is going to fly the 30 feet. No, he's going to use his remaining 30 feet. How deep is the water?
Where Vlad is currently over it, it's like 10 feet deep.
Okay, he's going to plunge all the way down into the water.
Cool off that mouth. Okay.
What that mouth do?
Nice. What that mouth do?
So he is 10 feet underwater, hopefully out of view.
All right. We are then up with Lara. Lara, you have another chance with a wisdom saving throw.
That is it's not a 20, it's a 16.
Still paralyzed.
You do have your bark inspiration.
So D8.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm currently sitting at a 16.
So
Okay.
you need a 4.
So you need the 4.
I got a 3 for a 19.
Oh, god damn it.
Jimmy's thumbs up wasn't enough. Oh, that's a crime. I should use my portent to make you roll again for Jimmy's thumbs up. The power of Jimmy.
He needs his own
It's the
portent.
power of the Jimmy. All right, it is then Grumble's turn, who, like, his robes and half of his body, as soon as he goes, "Ah!" I need to double check something. Yes. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. He is then going to... Because Vlad is now 10 feet into the water. Hey, DMs to DMs here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you throw, like, lightning into water, how's that go for, like, everything in the water?
Yeah. This is a big D&D question.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
'Cause,
Just thoughts.
Because
You can say no.
Physics-wise, it travels.
Mhm.
I don't think there's an official ruling for this. This would be more of a like forums case. I don't think it's typically used that way. We've certainly been through multiple cases where we could apply that logic and haven't, but there's no official ruling.
What has Lord Crawford said?
Yes. I'm going to say he's not going to do that because he can't see you. Instead, what he does is he steps up and throws Boletair's flayed corpse onto the ground, goes over, grabs Queen Griselda, and goes, must continue, and drags her to the altar and is like putting her on top. She is still unconscious, and it looks like he is about to begin working on her unless something is done. And on that note, we'll see you guys next time.
Oh boy! Thank you for joining us for another rump spanking episode of The Madness Table. And remember, support your local senior center on Milkshake Monday, even if you're, lactose intolerant. What could go wrong? Anyway, join us on Discord if you would like to enter some enlightened conversation, and definitely mean to just not posting things that come up to me. Also, enjoy our social media pages, where I shitpost, which is an internet term for meaning I'm silly on purpose. And if that's just quite enough for you, slurp down that Shamrock Shake, smash that coffee donation button, that's coffee spelled K-O-F-I, or Patreon if you are so inclined for a Latin base. Anyway, we'll be there, we'll be square, and as always, I'll be a huge dork. Drew out.